Seneca once said, "A man who suffers before it is necessary suffers more than is necessary." The same applies to men who waste time decoding a woman's words instead of seeing the truth in her actions. Women rarely say exactly what they mean. They speak in a way that protects your feelings, avoids conflict, or keeps you as an option without committing. And if you don't understand this, you'll waste weeks, months, even years waiting for something that will never happen. This video is going to break everything down, 7 common things women say and what they actually mean. Some of these will be hard to hear, but the truth is better than false hope. Watch until the end, because once you understand this, you'll never waste time on a woman who isn't truly interested in you again. And if you find this video helpful, hit the like button, subscribe, and drop a comment about your own experiences. Let's get into it. Chapter 1. I'm not looking for a relationship right now. When a woman tells you she's not looking for a relationship right now, most men take it at face value. They convince themselves that she's just not ready, that she's working on herself, or that she's still healing from a past relationship. They think, maybe if I wait, she'll come around. Maybe if I prove my worth, she'll change her mind. Maybe if I show her how much I care, she'll see that I'm different. That's the biggest mistake you can make. Because here's the truth, if the right guy came along, she would be ready. Women are emotional creatures. They don't approach relationships like men do. They don't need to logically decide they're ready for a relationship before getting involved. Attraction overrides everything. If she truly wanted to be with you, nothing would stop her, not timing, not healing, not excuses. This line is a soft rejection. It's her way of letting you down without hurting your feelings. She's telling you that she's not interested in a relationship with you, but she doesn't want to say it directly. She wants to keep you around just in case, maybe as a friend, maybe as an option, maybe just to feed her ego. But the message is clear, you are not the man she wants. And yet, so many men refuse to accept this reality. They wait. They hope. They stay in her life thinking, maybe one day she'll see my value. They offer support, they check in on her, they do things for her, all while she's out dating someone else. And the worst part? The moment she meets a man she's actually attracted to, all those reasons she gave you disappear overnight. Suddenly, she's emotionally available. Suddenly, she's ready for love. Suddenly, everything she told you about not looking for a relationship means nothing because she found someone she actually wants to be with. A Stoic man doesn't cling to false hope. He doesn't waste time trying to decode mixed signals. He doesn't lie to himself and pretend that if he just waits long enough, she'll wake up one day and realize she loves him. A Stoic man accepts reality as it is, not as he wishes it to be. And the reality is this, if a woman wants you, you will know. And if she doesn't, you will be confused. If she tells you she's not looking for a relationship, your response should be to walk away immediately. No second chances. No what ifs. No maybe if I wait, things will change. Because the more time you waste on a woman who isn't interested, the more opportunities you lose with women who actually are. And that's the difference between men who waste years chasing the wrong women and men who attract the right ones effortlessly. Chapter 2. I've been busy. When a woman tells you she's been busy, what she's really saying is, you are not a priority. This is one of the most common excuses women use when they want to keep you at arm's length without completely cutting you off. It's vague, it's non-committal, and it gives her a way out without confrontation. But make no mistake, if a woman is truly interested, she will make time for you. No exceptions. Think about it. Everyone is busy. Everyone has responsibilities, jobs, social lives, and personal projects. But people make time for what's important to them. If she truly wanted to see you, she would find a way. If she really cared about staying in touch, she would reply, even if it was just a quick message. The reality is, when a woman says she's been busy, what she really means is she hasn't been thinking about you. But here's where most men go wrong. They don't take the hint. Instead of recognizing her lack of interest, they double down. They wait patiently, hoping she'll suddenly have more free time. They text her again, thinking maybe she just forgot to respond. They try harder to impress her, thinking they need to earn her attention. They convince themselves that if they just stay patient and understanding, she'll eventually come around. But that's not how attraction works. Every time a man does this, he only lowers his own value in her eyes. A woman who truly wants you will never risk losing you. She won't let days go by without replying. She won't constantly cancel plans without rescheduling. She won't make excuses about being too busy because deep down, she knows that attraction is fragile. If she likes you, she won't risk making you feel ignored or forgotten. But a woman who doesn't really care, she'll keep you around as an option. She'll give you just enough attention to keep you hoping, but never enough to actually build something real. She'll respond when it's convenient, but you won't be a priority. She'll keep you in her orbit just in case she changes her mind later, but she won't put in the effort to move things forward. And here's the painful truth: the more effort you put into trying to prove your worth to her, the less she'll respect you. Women don't value men who wait around, hoping to be chosen. They value men who choose themselves. A Stoic man doesn't fall for this game. He understands that actions speak louder than words. If a woman is too busy to respond or make time for him, he doesn't beg, he doesn't chase, and he doesn't wait. He sees the situation for what it is: she's not interested enough. And instead of wasting his time, he moves on without hesitation. The moment he recognizes indifference, he withdraws his attention. Not as a tactic to make her chase him, but because he refuses to invest in someone who isn't investing in him. He understands that his time and energy are valuable, and he won't spend them on a woman who doesn't reciprocate. Because the truth is, women don't respect men who wait around for their attention. Women respect men who have options, who have standards, who demand reciprocity. When you let a woman's excuses dictate your self-worth, you place yourself beneath her. You allow her to decide your value instead of deciding it for yourself. So if she's always too busy to see you, let her be busy somewhere else. The right woman won't make excuses. She won't string you along. She won't keep you guessing. She'll make it clear, through both her words and her actions, that she values you. And that's the only kind of woman worth your time. Chapter 3. I don't want to ruin our friendship. This one is brutal. When a woman says, "I don't want to ruin our friendship," she's trying to let you down easy. What she really means is, "I don't see you romantically, and I never will." You're in the friend zone, and she knows it. But instead of saying, "I don't feel that way about you," she softens the blow with this line. She wants to keep you around for emotional support, validation, and companionship, but not as a man she desires. Here's the truth: if a woman truly wanted you, she wouldn't be afraid of ruining anything. Attraction overrides logic. If she had feelings for you, she wouldn't be calculating the risks, she'd be acting on them. When a woman is genuinely interested, she doesn't hesitate. She doesn't overthink. She doesn't try to preserve a friendship at the cost of something more. The problem is, most men refuse to accept this. They hear this line and think, maybe if I give her time, she'll change her mind. Or, if I just stick around and keep proving myself, eventually she'll see me differently. She won't. A woman makes up her mind about a man quickly. If she saw you as a romantic option, you wouldn't be sitting here having this conversation in the first place. You wouldn't need to convince her because the attraction would already be there. But men in the friend zone keep investing, hoping that their patience will eventually pay off. They continue being available, supporting her emotionally, listening to her problems, while secretly wishing she'd wake up one day and see them in a different light. That day never comes. And here's the worst part, she knows exactly what she's doing. She knows you have feelings for her. She knows you'd drop everything if she suddenly changed her mind. And deep down, she enjoys the attention. You make her feel wanted, admired, and important. But she doesn't actually want you, she just likes knowing that you want her. She's comfortable knowing she has a safety net. Someone to text when she's bored. Someone to hype her up when she's feeling low. Someone who will always be there, no matter how many times she chooses someone else. But here's the reality, she's keeping you around for her benefit, not yours. And the longer you stay, the more damage you do to yourself. Every time you answer her calls, every time you listen to her talk about another guy, every time you show up hoping she'll finally see you differently, you reinforce her decision. You confirm to her that you'll always be there, no matter how little she gives you in return. A Stoic man doesn't play this game. He sees the situation for what it is, a one-sided dynamic where he's wasting his time. He doesn't sit around waiting for a woman to realize his worth. He doesn't cling to hope based on mixed signals. He values himself too much to settle for breadcrumbs. So what's the best thing to do? Walk away. Not out of bitterness. Not to manipulate her into wanting you. But because you respect yourself too much to stay where you're not truly wanted. And when you do, one of two things will happen. She'll either realize she's about to lose you and actually step up. Or she won't, and you'll free yourself to find a woman who sees you as more than just a friend. Either way, you win. Chapter 4, you're a great guy, but... This phrase has 100 variations. You'd be an amazing boyfriend, but I'm not ready. You're such a great guy, but I just don't feel that spark. You have everything a girl could want, but I don't see us together. No matter how it's worded, it all means the same thing, she's not attracted to you. Men make the mistake of focusing on the but in this sentence, thinking that maybe if they change something about themselves, she'll reconsider. They think, maybe if I just wait until she's ready. Maybe if I prove myself more, she'll see what a great guy I am. That never happens. Women know that men struggle with rejection. They don't want to hurt your feelings, so they phrase it in a way that makes it seem like it's about them, not you. They'll say they're not ready, or that they're emotionally unavailable, or that they're working on themselves. But if the right man came along, all of those excuses would disappear instantly. This is why a Stoic man never falls for this trick. He sees reality clearly and accepts it without resistance. She's telling you, in the gentlest way possible, that she's not attracted to you romantically. You might be the perfect guy on paper, but attraction isn't about checklists, it's about how a woman feels around you. A man who doesn't understand this will cling to false hope. He'll stay in her life, thinking that if he just keeps showing her how great he is, she'll eventually come around. He'll keep texting, checking in, offering emotional support, waiting for the day she wakes up and realizes he was the right guy all along. That day never comes. She's already made up her mind. And the longer you wait, the more you lower your own value. A woman can sense when a man is desperate for her approval. And nothing kills attraction faster than a man who needs to be chosen. A Stoic man doesn't play that game. He doesn't wait for a woman to realize his worth. He doesn't beg for another chance. He doesn't ask, what can I do differently? He doesn't sit around, analyzing every interaction, wondering if he missed a sign. He walks away. Immediately. Not out of bitterness. Not to make her jealous. Not as a manipulative tactic to change her mind. He walks away because he values himself. And here's the paradox, that's exactly what makes a man attractive. Women don't want a man who waits around like a loyal puppy, hoping to be picked. They want a man who knows his worth and refuses to waste time on someone who doesn't see it. So when you hear the words, "You're a great guy," but don't take the bait. Don't argue. Don't ask what went wrong. Don't try to change her mind. Simply smile, nod, and move the hell on. Because somewhere out there is a woman who won't need her, but when she talks about you. Chapter 5. I can't this week, I'm really busy. At first glance, this sounds like a normal excuse. People get busy. Life happens. But when a woman repeatedly tells you she's too busy to see you, yet never takes the initiative to reschedule, she's not busy, she's avoiding you. The hard truth. Women don't cancel on men they're genuinely excited to see. They don't put off spending time with someone they truly desire. When a woman really wants to be around you, she makes it happen. Even if her schedule is packed, she'll find a way to fit you in. She'll suggest alternatives. She'll let you know she's looking forward to seeing you. You won't have to guess whether she's interested, her actions will make it obvious. But when a woman keeps dodging plans, she's slowly pushing you away while keeping you in her orbit just in case she changes her mind later. She's not outright rejecting you because she enjoys the attention. She likes knowing you're still interested. She likes the ego boost of knowing you're waiting. But when it comes to actually making time for you, that's when the excuses come rolling in. She keeps you on standby, breadcrumbing you just enough to keep you engaged, but never enough to give you anything real. A weak man will ignore these red flags. He'll believe her words instead of her actions. He'll tell himself she really is busy, that maybe next week will be different, that maybe if he just stays patient, she'll come around. He'll keep texting. He'll keep checking in. He'll keep hoping. And every time he does this, he lowers his own value. He shows her that she doesn't have to invest in him because he'll stick around no matter what. He teaches her that she can put him last on her priority list, and he'll still be there, waiting for a chance. A Stoic man? He doesn't tolerate this nonsense. He doesn't chase a woman who isn't making an effort. He doesn't flood her with messages trying to check in or see if she's free yet. He doesn't sit around waiting for her to finally decide he's worth her time. He simply walks away. Not out of anger. Not to play games. But because he knows his worth. He understands that when a woman truly desires him, she will prioritize him. She won't keep him as an afterthought while she entertains other options. She won't string him along while giving him just enough attention to keep him on the hook. And most importantly, he knows that time is his most valuable asset. A woman who repeatedly cancels plans or avoids making them in the first place is wasting his time. And a high-value man never wastes time on someone who isn't showing equal interest. He recognizes the difference between genuine interest and polite indifference. He sees through empty words and meaningless excuses. And instead of clinging to hope, he values himself enough to let go. The biggest mistake men make in these situations is responding with more attention instead of less. They think, maybe if I remind her how great I am, she'll change her mind. Maybe if I stay patient, she'll eventually come around. Maybe if I show her how much I care, she'll realize what she's missing. But that never works. Women don't respect men who wait around, hoping for scraps of attention. They don't admire men who beg for their time. They respect men who respect themselves, men who refuse to chase after someone who isn't making an effort. The moment you sense a woman is making excuses, match her energy. If she's too busy to see you, you're too busy to keep trying. If she's not making an effort, you stop making an effort. If she's pulling away, you let her go completely. And here's the irony, that's when she'll notice. Women expect men to chase them when they play the "I'm busy" game. They expect men to keep texting, keep pursuing, keep waiting. So when a man immediately stops giving a damn and moves on, that shocks them. That makes them rethink their decision. That forces them to consider whether they misjudged his value. But here's the key, you don't move on just to get her attention back. You don't stop trying in hopes that she'll suddenly start chasing you. You move on because you genuinely don't waste time on people who don't value yours. And that mindset alone makes all the difference. When you stop tolerating half-hearted interest, when you refuse to entertain weak excuses, you naturally separate yourself from the masses of men who are willing to settle for less. You show that you're not a man who lingers in uncertainty, waiting for a woman to make up her mind. You show that you are decisive, confident, and in control of your own life. And women find that irresistibly attractive, not because you're playing games, but because you radiate self-respect. So the next time you hear, "I can't this week, I'm really busy," pay attention to her actions, not her words. If she's cancelling but actively rescheduling, she's actually interested. If she's cancelling but making no effort to see you, she's done with you, you just haven't realized it yet. And a Stoic man never begs to be chosen. He never waits for someone to decide if he's worth their time. He simply moves forward, knowing that the right woman won't need excuses to spend time with him. Chapter 6, Silence. She doesn't say anything. Ghosting is an answer in itself. If she suddenly stops texting, ignores your calls, or vanishes without explanation, you don't need closure, you already have it. Women don't ghost men they're attracted to. If she liked you, she'd make an effort to stay in touch. Weak men obsess over ghosting. They send multiple messages, ask what went wrong, or try to get a response. A Stoic man does none of that. He understands that silence is the answer, and he moves forward without looking back. Because the truth is, when one woman disappears, a better one will take her place if you stop wasting time on the wrong one. Chapter 6, Silence. She doesn't say anything. Ghosting is an answer in itself. If she suddenly stops texting, ignores your calls, or vanishes without explanation, you don't need closure, you already have it. Women don't ghost men they're attracted to. If she liked you, she'd make an effort to stay in touch. A woman who truly values your presence will show it. She won't risk losing you to silence. But most men struggle to accept this reality. They don't want to believe that silence is a rejection. They overanalyze, searching for meaning where there is none. They wonder if she's busy, if she's dealing with something personal, or if they said the wrong thing. They replay conversations, thinking maybe they missed a detail, maybe there's something they can fix. But here's the truth, if a woman is genuinely interested, she won't disappear. She'll reply even if she's tired. She'll make time even if she's busy. And she'll reach out even if you haven't. Attraction doesn't require convincing. When she wants you in her life, you'll know it. And if she doesn't, you'll know that too. The mistake weak men make is not taking silence for what it is. They refuse to let go. They send multiple messages, ask what went wrong, and desperately try to get a response. They think if they just say the right thing, they can change her mind. They beg, they chase, and they turn themselves into a man who has no self-respect. A man who does this doesn't realize he's only making himself look more unattractive. Women don't respond to desperation. They respond to presence, confidence, and self-assurance. A woman will never feel drawn to a man who places his worth in her hands. A Stoic man does none of that. He understands that silence is the answer, and he moves forward without looking back. He doesn't beg for attention, and he doesn't lower his value by seeking validation from someone who doesn't appreciate him. He values himself too much to fight for the interest of a woman who lost interest. His focus is on what he can control, himself, his purpose, and his growth. He doesn't waste time seeking closure because he doesn't need it. He doesn't see rejection as a loss, but as redirection. And that's why he always wins in the end. Because the truth is, when one woman disappears, a better one will take her place if you stop wasting time on the wrong one. Every second you spend overanalyzing, texting, or waiting for a reply is a second stolen from a better future. A man who respects himself doesn't entertain ambiguity. He doesn't need someone to spell things out for him. He reads the signs and acts accordingly. He understands that attraction is either there or it isn't, and no amount of effort on his part can force it. A woman who ghosts isn't someone to be pursued, she's someone to be forgotten. And yet, so many men refuse to accept this simple truth. They think if they just hold on a little longer, she'll come back. They keep their phones close, hoping for a reply that will never come. They let the silence consume them, not realizing that the more they wait, the weaker they look. But waiting won't change the outcome. In fact, the more you chase, the more you push her away. Because no high-value man wastes time on a woman who doesn't want him. And deep down, women know this. Women respect men who respect themselves. When you don't chase after silence, you send a powerful message. You're not desperate, you're not waiting around, and you're not someone who lingers where he's not wanted. That energy alone separates you from the average man. The moment you stop waiting for answers, you start regaining control. The moment you stop hoping for a message, you start seeing new opportunities. And when you stop looking back, you move forward with the confidence of a man who knows his worth. Most women don't ghost to be cruel. They ghost because they don't have the courage to say what they really mean, I'm not interested. And they don't have to say it because their actions already have. The man who keeps his dignity walks away. The man who doesn't will try to force a response, and in doing so, he'll lower himself even further. A woman will never respect a man who doesn't respect himself enough to walk away. Attraction is effortless. If a woman wants to talk to you, she will. If she wants to see you, she will. If she cares about you, she will show it. Anything less than that is a message you should never ignore. The moment you stop entertaining uncertainty, you stop wasting time. And the moment you stop wasting time, you start attracting the women who actually want you. So let silence speak. Accept the answer you've already been given. And never look back. Because when you finally walk away from what's not meant for you, you make space for something far better. Chapter 7. The only thing that matters. Watch her actions, not her words. Everything we've covered in this video leads to one brutal truth. Women's words mean nothing without action. She can say she's interested. She can say she's just busy. She can say she loves your friendship. But if her actions don't align with her words, the words mean nothing. A woman's words are easy to say, but her actions reveal the truth. The way she behaves, the effort she puts in, and the consistency of her attention tell you everything you need to know. If you find yourself analyzing her texts, dissecting her words, or wondering what she meant by a vague response, you're already in dangerous territory. A woman who truly likes you makes time, puts in effort, and doesn't play games. She won't give you mixed signals. She won't leave you guessing. She won't keep you on standby while she entertains other options. If a woman is genuinely into you, you won't have to decode her words or second-guess her feelings. You'll see it in how she prioritizes you. A woman's attraction isn't hidden, it's displayed in the way she interacts with you, the time she gives you, and the energy she invests in you. Yet, so many men fall into the trap of believing words over actions. They cling to the things she says, convincing themselves that if they just try harder, stay patient, or prove their worth, she'll eventually show up for them. They ignore the fact that she cancels plans, takes forever to reply, or only reaches out when it's convenient for her. They make excuses for her behavior, thinking that maybe she really is just busy, maybe she really does like them but has other things going on. But here's the truth, if she truly valued you, she wouldn't risk losing you. She wouldn't leave you in a state of doubt. A woman's interest isn't measured by what she says, it's measured by what she does. Does she initiate conversations, or does she only respond when you reach out first? Does she prioritize spending time with you, or does she always have an excuse? Does she make plans and follow through, or is she constantly flaking? When a woman is genuinely interested, you won't have to ask yourself these questions. Her effort will speak for itself. The best thing you can do as a man is this: stop listening to her words and start watching her behavior. If she's truly interested, you'll feel it. If she's not, you'll know. And instead of wasting time trying to figure her out, you'll walk away and find someone who doesn't make you question where you stand. A confident man doesn't entertain uncertainty. He doesn't waste his energy chasing mixed signals. He values himself too much to invest in a woman who won't invest in him. When you start focusing on actions over words, you take back control. You no longer get trapped in the cycle of overanalyzing conversations or waiting for her to make up her mind. You don't tolerate half-hearted interest or lukewarm effort. Instead, you operate from a place of strength. If a woman is inconsistent, you walk away without hesitation. If she sends mixed signals, you don't try to decode them, you move on. And in doing so, you naturally attract women who are genuinely interested, women who don't make you chase or question their feelings. This is what separates weak men from strong men. Weak men get strung along by words. Strong men judge by action. Weak men believe promises that are never fulfilled. Strong men trust behavior. Weak men hold on to hope, thinking she'll change. Strong men recognize when a woman isn't showing up and walk away. The difference is mindset. When you embrace the reality that words are meaningless without action, you no longer waste your time on women who don't value you. And here's something even more powerful: when you refuse to tolerate mixed signals, women take notice. Women respect a man who sets a standard. When you make it clear that you won't entertain inconsistency, you instantly become more attractive. You communicate, without saying a word, that you're a man who doesn't settle for less than he deserves. And that, more than anything, is what separates you from the rest. So remember this: attraction is effortless when it's real. A woman who wants you will show it in her actions. A woman who doesn't will leave you confused. And a man who values himself never waits for a woman to decide. He watches, he evaluates, and he acts accordingly. If you found value in this, hit like, subscribe, and drop a comment with your own experiences. Let's keep raising our standards and never waste time on the wrong women again. At the end of the day, the biggest lesson is this: never waste your time deciphering mixed signals. A woman who truly wants you will make it clear. Instead of trying to crack the code of someone's lukewarm interest, focus on becoming the best version of yourself. Success, confidence, and purpose will naturally attract the right people into your life. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to like and subscribe. Drop a comment below. Have you ever fallen for one of these phrases? What did you learn from it? Let's keep the conversation going. Until next time, stay strong, stay sharp, and stay stoic.